One. Well, hello. Welcome in. Welcome on board. Come on in. Nice to have you here on this beautiful day, evening, morning, afternoon, whenever it is that you're watching or listening. Really glad you're here. I hope you can hear me okay. If you can put a little note in the chat for me and let me know that you can hear me and that my lips are synced with my sound and all of that kind of good stuff. I appreciate it. I had a little technical problem there when I started, but I think we got everything under control. I do believe. So I want to welcome you on board. Like I said, nice to have you here today. And whether you found this live stream because you're in AA, NA, Celebrate Recovery, or some other program of recovery, maybe you're working the steps, or maybe because somebody that you love is in the middle of a struggle and you don't fully understand yet, or maybe not sure how to help them. That's why we're here. Or maybe you just arrived because the algorithm at YouTube told you to come on over here and spend a little while with us. At any rate, I believe that you're supposed to be here. My name's Glenn. I am a recovered alcoholic. I drank for 40 plus years. And by the grace of God, I have been sober now for over 5,000 days. And this is the channel Aware and Convinced. It's video number 23. No, strike that, 22. And we're just beginning. This channel isn't about shame or blame. It's about honesty, accountability, and the raw reality, addiction, and the powerful hope of recovery. You know that recovery does not erase the past, but it does give us a chance to be forgiven for it. One honest step at a time, one day at a time, sometimes 1 hour at a time. So if you're ready to leave the old life behind and start building a new one, then stick around. Some of the topics that we cover on this channel are how to get sober and stay sober, quitting alcohol and managing cravings, how to eliminate relapse, sobriety and mental health, faith, and finding a purpose, amongst some other subjects as well. So we are glad that you are here today. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Are you? Well, I hope so. You can let me know in the chat how you're doing today. Okay. Have an interesting topic to talk about today. And it's something I think everybody, well, I can't say everybody, but most folks that get into recovery and start to get sober experience this particular thing. And that is the pink cloud that we feel in early sobriety and why it doesn't last. The pink cloud. I've heard that expression so many times at different meetings. And I've experienced it myself, and it is absolutely real. Now, here's a question I want you to think about right from the get-go. Why does everything feel so amazing and so good in the first few weeks of sobriety? And then all of a sudden, it gets hard again. Why is that? Well, hold on to that thought, because what we're going to do is talk about the pink cloud and why it shows up and why it doesn't last and what to do when the good feelings finally fade away. And I promise we'll come back to answer that question in just a little bit. The pink cloud that we feel in early sobriety, why it doesn't last. Well, if you're new to recovery or supporting someone who is, or even have some time under your belt, you've probably seen or felt this. Someone gets sober, suddenly they're on fire. They have tons of energy. They're smiling all the time. They're happy, sleeping better, thinking clearly, saying things like, "I'm feeling amazing," or "Why didn't I do this sooner?" And it's just like they did when it's like they won the lottery, right? And they did win the lottery. They did. They gave up the drink or the drug. They did win the lottery. Now the ticket is to hang on to it, right? Hang on to it. And that burst of positivity and hope is what we call the pink cloud. It's a real common experience in early sobriety. And usually it's the strongest in the first 30, 60, 90 days, somewhere in that vicinity. And everything feels lighter, clearer, and full of possibility because it is. You're finally getting sober. Now, let me try and explain why it happens. Because for a long time, alcohol and drugs were messing with our brain chemistry. And when you stop, your body and brain finally start to heal. You're getting real sleep instead of passing out. Your mind isn't foggy anymore. The constant cycle of shame, hangovers, and chasing the next high slows down. And for the first time in a while, you feel relief. You feel good. And that relief can feel like pure joy. Now, a lot of people describe it as seeing the world in color again for the first time in a long time, after living in black and white for so long. You might feel motivated to exercise or reconnect with family or chase new goals. It's an exciting time, and it gives you momentum to keep going, keep moving forward. Have you heard that before? But here's what almost nobody warns you about, and that is that the pink cloud doesn't last forever, unfortunately. And when it starts to fade, yeah, it can be scary or discouraging if you don't understand what's happening with you. So, why doesn't it last? Well, real life keeps going. Bills don't disappear. Old problems and relationships, yeah, they're still there. And your brain is still adjusting to life without chemicals. And it can stay in that heightened, new, shiny state for a long time. Emotions that were numbed for years, they all start coming back. Stress at work, family drama, even simple boredom can show up. And that changes that pink cloud just a little bit. When the pink cloud lifts, finally, you might feel flat or irritable, anxious, even depressed. Something happened. I felt so good, and now I don't know. Some people think sobriety isn't working. I felt better when I was using. That's a dangerous thought. It's a dangerous moment. Understanding that it's normal. It helps you stay the course. And around the 15-minute mark, now, if you're going through this right now, you're not alone and you're not doing anything wrong. Okay. Let me share a verse that helps a lot of people when the excitement starts to wear off. Not only so, by the way, this is Romans 5:3 through 5, Celebrate Recovery Bible. Not only so, but we also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance, character, and hope. And hope does not put us to shame, because God's love has been poured out into our hearts through the Holy Spirit, who has been given to us. The Holy Spirit who has been given to us. This reminds us that the hard seasons after the pink cloud aren't wasted. They build strength, character, and a deeper kind of hope. So, what should you actually do when the pink cloud fades? Well, first, don't panic or make a big decision when you're feeling low. Tell someone, your sponsor, a recovery friend, or a group, a pastor. Talking about it takes away its power. Second, double down on the basics. Keep going to meetings, even when you don't feel like it. Pray or meditate. Eat decent food. Keep your body healthy. Get good sleep. Small routines save lives in this phase, because the last thing you want to do is that nasty R word, right? Relapse. Don't let it happen. You also want to start doing deeper recovery work. Look at your character defects. What's going on there? Make amends where you can. And learn healthy ways to handle emotions instead of numbing them. And this is where the real lasting change happens, of course. And finally, be patient and kind to yourself. Recovery has seasons. The pink cloud is springtime. But summer, fall, and winter, they all come too. And they all have value. We're around here to help you the best we can, giving you the best information that we can. And I hope you get something out of it. No guarantees, but we can hope for the best, right? Now, here's another encouraging verse for when life feels heavy after the high. This is Matthew 11:28-29. Come to me, all of you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Great verse. Think about it. You don't have to carry the weight alone. Even on the flat or difficult days, there's help and rest available. All right, let's talk about a couple of practical tips to help you through the transition, okay? Keep a simple journal. Hey, write it down. Write 3 things down that you're grateful for every day. It works. Stay connected. Go to extra meetings or call someone daily, like your sponsor. Focus on progress, not perfection. Have you heard that before? Progress, not perfection. Celebrate small wins, like making it through a tough day sober. Can you do that? Focus on progress, build healthy habits, and if the low feelings are really strong or last a long time, talk to a doctor or a counselor because therapy, it's available out there. And if you need it, take advantage of it. Remember your why you got sober. And think about it when your motivation goes down just a little bit. Why? Why did you want to get sober in the first place? Many people say that the period after the pink cloud is actually when their sobriety gets stronger because they learn to stay sober even when it's not exciting. It's boring. But you're sober. The pink cloud is a wonderful gift. It gives you hope and energy when you need it most to get through the early withdrawal and build some momentum. But it was never meant to be permanent. The real treasure in recovery is learning to live a good, meaningful life, even on ordinary hard days. And we all have them, in and out of sobriety. There are good days and there are hard days. And when you make it through the dip after the pink cloud, you come out with deeper tools. Your sobriety becomes more stable. And the good feelings return, but they're quieter, more consistent, and based on real growth instead of just relief. So we've talked about what the pink cloud is, why it feels so good, and why it fades, and how to handle the dip, and practical ways to keep moving forward. Now, going back to that question that I asked at the very beginning, why does everything feel so amazingly good in the first few weeks of sobriety, and then suddenly, it gets hard again? Well, here's the honest answer. The pink cloud is your brain and your body giving you a temporary boost, a little reward to help you get started on the difficult journey of recovery. It doesn't last because real recovery isn't built on feelings. It's built on daily choices, new habits, honest work, and learning to handle life without numbing things out, right? The tough part after the cloud lifts is where the deepest healing and character growth happen. If you keep showing up, the good days come back stronger and more real than ever before. And I'll vouch for that. Absolutely. Been there. It's real. The pink cloud is real, and it does happen. You're not failing when the pink cloud fades. You're actually progressing. The pink cloud. Enjoy it if you have it. And then get deeper into recovery. You got this one day at a time. Be kind to yourself. Okay? You deserve it. So that was our little topic for today, this morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever you're taking this in. And thought it was a pretty good topic. What's your thoughts? Give me a little chat. Chat me up. Let me know how you feel about it. The pink cloud. The pink cloud. All right, so let's see, what are we doing here? Okay. So we were looking at the Living Sober book from AA.org. Actually, it's from AA World Services Incorporated. Living Sober. Excellent, excellent little book to spend some time with. And we were going over some of the little points that they bring up. Keep an open mind, all right? And use your common sense. You're in recovery, use your common sense. Do you have any left? And I've heard the expression, what's common about common sense? Well, you are. Use your common sense. So I want to read a little bit from the Living Sober book for you, in case you don't have a copy handy. This is part of the first chapter, second part. We already covered the first part, keep an open mind, and this is use your common sense. So we found that we have to use plain everyday intelligence in applying the suggestions that follow. Like almost any other ideas, the suggestions in this booklet can be misused. For example, take the notion of eating candy. Obviously, alcoholics with diabetes, obesity, and blood sugar problems have had to find substitutes, so they would not endanger their health, yet could still get the benefit of the candy eating idea in recovery from alcoholism. And many nutritionists favor protein-rich snacks over sweets as a general practice. I know I do, but I cheat once in a while. You know, you have that protein drink, or they make so many protein foods now. They have a whole aisle dedicated to it, basically, wherever you go. I would stay with a high protein snacks, to be honest. But that's just my opinion, and I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving you doctorly advice. Okay. Also, it's not good for anybody to overdo this remedy. We should eat balanced meals in addition to the candy. If you have a sweet tooth and you prefer the candy over the protein, be my guest. Another example is the use of the slogan, and I'm sure you've seen this before, easy does it. Some of us have found that we could abuse this sensible notion, turning it into an excuse for tardiness, laziness, or rudeness. That is not, of course, what the slogan is intended for. Properly applied, it can be healing. Misapplied, it can hinder our recovery. Some among us would add to it, easy does it, but do it. It's clear that we have to use our intelligence in following any advice. Every method described here needs to be used with good judgment. And that goes for anything you hear on my video as well. Use your own judgment as well. Good judgment. One more thing. AA does not pretend to offer scientific expertise on staying sober. We can share with you only our own personal experience, not professional theories and explanations. So these pages offer These pages offer no new medical shortcuts on how to stop drinking or drugging if you're still doing it, nor any other miraculous secrets for shortening or avoiding a hangover. Sometimes getting sober can be done on your own at home, but frequently prolonged drinking has caused such serious medical problems that you would be better advised to seek medical or hospital help. If you're that seriously ill, you may need such professional services before you can possibly be interested in what we, meaning AA, has to offer. Many of us who were not that sick, however, have sweated it out in the company of other AA members because we've been through it ourselves. We can often help, in a layman's way, to relieve some of the misery and suffering. At least we understand. We've been there. I knew that was going to be the next 3 words. We've been there. We understand. We do. We found that for us, recovery began with not drinking or drugging, with getting sober and staying completely free of alcohol or drugs in any amount and in any form. We've also found that we have to stay away from other mind-changing drugs. We can move toward a full and satisfying life only when we stay sober. Sobriety is the launching pad for our recovery. In a way, this booklet, Living Sober, is about how to handle sobriety. Before we couldn't. So we used and abused. So that's just the second little section of chapter 1. And then it moves on to chapter 2. And we'll read a little bit of that the next time around. Matter of fact, I'll put my little dog ear in here. Do they still call that dog ears? I don't know why they call it dog ears. It's just a fold. Very strange. But that's that. So I found another interesting book today. Where is it? Oh, I don't have it. Did I? Oh, here it is. I have this one. Well, actually, I had this one before. This is called another AA book called Came to Believe. And all these are available on Amazon, by the way, and they're relatively inexpensive. And this one was given to my late wife before she passed. And on page 1, spiritual? Do not let any prejudice you may have against spiritual terms deter you from honestly asking yourself what they might mean to you. That was from Bill W. Spiritual? Maybe. And then in the book, Came to Believe, they have a little bit about AA in the beginning, and I have no problem promoting AA whatsoever. AA was my first stop along the way. Got sober in AA probably a half a dozen times until the last time stuck. Finally, I got it. Had a lot of help to get there, but with help from my sponsor and my higher power, whom I choose to call God, I did get there. And been there for over 5,000 days now. And I'm very grateful for that. So I do thank AA, and I have no problem at all talking about AA and telling you, in my opinion, one of the best places to start recovery. Now, that's not to say anything negative about any of the other options out there either, because there's NA, Narcotics Anonymous, great program also based on AA, but geared toward more of the narcotic drugs. Um, Celebrate Recovery that I'm involved in now is another fabulous program. This is the Celebrate Recovery Study Bible. Oh, I changed my lighting so you can finally see the title now. That's great. Love it. And the study Bible has a little different way of looking at the 12 steps. Now, Celebrate Recovery, I should say, not the study Bible. Celebrate Recovery. They have 8 principles, which are the same as the 12 steps. They've just combined them into 8 principles. And fantastic program. Love the people, love the spiritual growth, the community. Yeah, it's where I'm at now. Definitely where I'm at. And it's as I say, spiritual growth, a lot of spiritual growth. And just to give you a heads up on the 8 principles as opposed to the 12 steps. All right, all I got to do is find them. Here they are. Principle 1 is now a spiritual program. Yes. It's based on spirituality, Christianity. And their 8 principles are summed up like this. Principle 1, realize that I am not God. I admit that I am powerless to control my tendency to do the wrong thing, and that my life is unmanageable. Step 1, principle 1. Principle 2, earnestly believe that God exists, that I matter to him, and that he has the power to help me recover. Well, that's step 2. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Matthew 5:4. Principle 3, consciously choose to commit all my life and will to Christ's care and control. Wow. Blessed are the meek. Matthew 5:5. Principle 4, openly examine and confess my faults to myself, to God, and to someone I trust. Steps 4 and 5. Blessed are the pure in heart. Matthew 5:8. Principle 5. Voluntarily submit to every change God wants to make in my life, and humbly ask him to remove my character defects. Steps 6 and 7. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness. Matthew 5:6. And principle 6, evaluate all my relationships, offer forgiveness to those who have hurt me, and make amends for harm I've done to others, except when to do so would harm them or others. Now that's step 8 and 9. Blessed are the merciful, Matthew 5:7, and blessed are the peacemakers, Matthew 5:9. Principle 7, reserve a daily time with God for self-examination, Bible reading, and prayer in order to know God and his will for my life and to gain the power to follow his will. Steps 10 and 11. And finally, principle 8, this again is from Celebrate Recovery. Yield myself to God to be used to bring this good news to others, both by my example and by my words. Step 12. Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness. Matthew 5:10. So that's just a brief rundown on the 8 principles of Celebrate Recovery. So if there's one near you, check it out. Check it out. There's one near me in my church. Oh, not my church, but the church that I attend. I don't have it in me to start a church, that's for sure. Haven't been pointed in that direction yet. All right. So that's just a little bit. So we talk recovery. And that's a good thing. So what's everybody doing out there on this this evening? Drop me a chat. Let's see if you're still out there. Thought we'd carry on a little bit tonight, today, this evening, this afternoon, this morning, whatever it is that you're watching. And I hope that you've enjoyed our stay so far. I do want to I want you to remember the 3 pillars of sobriety. Trust God, clean house, and help others. All right, God bless you. God bless our veterans. And don't forget ever that somebody out there loves you. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.